Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we have reached the midpoint of the US Open 2022, and it's time to have a come to Jesus. Because boy, oh boy, these predictions that we have made have definitely been interesting. And Bryce, I don't know about you, but my draw has been blown up in so many different ways. It cannot even be counted. And how are you doing, man?
Man, this is a wacky tournament. That's all I can say. If there were ever a tournament where we are saying that there is literally the changing of the guards,
Yes,
it's this one.
it is this one. Yes.
Yeah, it is definitely this one. So I have to start changing my whole mindset on how I do predictions.
I agree with you.
Because that old mindset ain't going to work going forward.
No. I mean, not at all. I mean, there is just so much just fluidity, I guess you can say, in on both sides now. I mean, typically we just had it on the ladies' side, but man, folks have definitely been showing up and showing out on the men's side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to start off this show is just to talk about really what the first 5 days were about. And I forgot what commentator said it, but it was a Serena Williams Open for the first 5 days.
Yes. Yes.
You
Nothing else mattered except for what Serena Williams was doing on the court and on the doubles court.
Exactly. And you know what I felt good about? I felt that, there was always the concern of, was Serena going to get the proper send-off that she deserved for the career that she had had? And, and we were there, Isaac, we were there in New York. Right. I truly felt like she got the love that she deserved. And the crowds were crazy for her, whether she was on the practice court, whether it was during her matches. She got in 3 matches. Yes. And 3 matches that she played well in, 3 matches that she could have won, all 3 of them. The doubles, we got a chance to see her and Venus one last time. So I think for anybody wanting to kind of close that chapter and get closure on their Serena Williams career there at the U.S. Open, I think they had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that, Serena got out there and she really, really performed. I mean, again, you and I were there on opening night and we saw her play. And, outside of a little bit of nerves here and there, she looked really good and played really great tennis that night. And then when she came back and beat Annette Kontaveit, I was like, okay, Serena looked like she's trying to do something here. And I really felt like this was shaping up to be, kind of like that one, I forget the year, but that Australian Open where she came in, she was just, not in the best of physical shape. And she just worked herself into the draw. And I was like, is this going to be a similar type of situation here? And I honestly felt like it was shaping up to be, unfortunately for her, she ran into Ayla Tomljanovic, who just played some outstanding tennis in that 3rd round match.
And the thing that I was very happy about was, many times when you have a win like that, maybe even a career-defining win like Ayla had, there's the opportunity for a letdown in the next round. And I have absolutely loved that Ayla. How you pronounce her first name properly?
Well, it's got that J in there, but I've heard people say Ayla, but I don't know. Yeah.
You know what? AT has absolutely kept it going. And and honestly, as we will talk in a few minutes, I see no reason why she can't have it continue.
That's exactly right. That's it. And I agree with you as well. I mean, she's got a tough battle ahead of her with Ons Jabeur. But at the same time, I mean, that's a winnable match in my opinion. It really is based on how she's been playing.
I think it is. And I say if you've beaten Serena Williams in a tournament, who else you afraid of?
Not too many folks, I tell you that.
Because AT said in her post-match interview, she fully expected to lose.
She did, yeah. She got out there and was just like, "Yep, I was gonna lose," and that's how she went into it. And I guess that allowed her to be, to free herself up and her strokes up to really be able to play some great tennis, because she played great tennis, Bryce. I mean, that was just a really fantastic match.
She did. Yeah. So
yeah.
But anyway, first 5 days was the Serena Williams Open, and in all honesty, and I don't want to come across like, I don't want this to come across bad, but it was kind of like once Serena lost, it was like, okay, the tournament can begin now.
Right? Yeah.
I felt like so much attention, deservedly so, was being given to Serena, and each match was potentially her last match, that once we actually did get her last match, it was like, okay, now let's get down to business. Who's really going to take this title?
Right.
And like you said, them lies that we told last week and the preview show.
Yeah.
It's time to come clean on those right now.
Exactly. Well, I tell you what. I looked at what I predicted and where it's at, and so I was 50% for the women. So I, going into the quarterfinals, I called 50%. On the men's side, I basically called, what was that, 37.5%, meaning I got 3 of the 8 correct.
Oh,
which, I'm sorry, that's just not that good, y'all.
No. And you know what? I didn't even do that, but now that I'm looking at mine, I think I match you on the women.
I think you do.
I think I have 50% of the women, but I think I only have. Wait a minute. No, I have 3.
Yeah, I think you and I are about the same percentages on both sides.
Yeah, I have 3 of the 8 of the men as well. Mm-hmm. Now it'll be interesting to see which ones we have in common.
Right. Exactly.
So who do you want? Well, I guess we already started talking about the women. So let's go ahead there. So let's start with the top half, right? The top 4. So. Right. Who did you have for the 2 quarters up top?
Yeah, and see, this is definitely my worst showing of the draw. So I only had one prediction correct, and that was Jessie Pegula, who did make it to the quarters. I actually I have to remember who I actually had here.
I think you had Anisimova.
Yes, I had Anisimova, and of course that was really bad because she got stolen by Putin in the first round.
But we did not know that she had like a broken foot.
Right. Didn't exactly know that. So I try and give myself a little something, but still no. She gone. And then I had Bencic Badosa, and I had Bencic coming through, and unfortunately Bencic got stolen. So she didn't come through. And then, I thought Rybakina was going to do something after her little Wimbledon run, and they was like, "No, sis, this ain't grass. This ain't grass.
No,
and you ain't getting no points. So there you go."
Exactly.
So no, bro. So the only one I got correct was Jessie Pegula. How about you?
Okay. Well, I had the first quarter. I did call Swiatek and Pegula.
Nice.
So that was good. But I had similar missteps in the next quarter. I had Bencic as well, and you just spoke of her demise. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I must have thought it was like 2019 or something. I was up here picking Osaka. And she was like, "Look, I was just here to check out Serena's match." So
Exactly, right?
I hope ain't nobody pick me in a bracket. Um, so yeah, I didn't get anybody in that second quarter.
Yeah. Like I said, same with me. All we got was well, you got the two. You got Iga versus Pagula. So at least you got the two up there.
Right. And in reality, who we ended up getting in that second quarter was I guess we can start calling her the good Pliskova again.
I guess so.
Yeah. She gave Sasha the boot and things started to improve.
Yeah.
So she is playing your girl, Big Sab.
Big Sab came through against Daniel Collins, who took out Osaka, which I don't think, like I said, either one of us thought was going to happen. No. And so Big Sab, that serve seems to still be. She's still dealing with it. I don't know how, but I tell you what, it's going to be a rough time against Pliskova. But anyway, those are those two.
Right. Now, going to the bottom half, who did you have?
Now, I did much better in this half. So I of course had 3 of the 4, which I thought you did as well. But I had Goff, Garcia, Ons, and then I got all hyped, and that's where I had Serena, which again, has Serena been able to get past Isla. I think it's Isla. That's how I'm gonna call her.
Isla. Yeah.
Isla. Then I feel like she would have had a good shot. I mean, even though Samsonova she tough, but still, regardless of that, got 3 of the 4. How about you?
Well, I got 2 of the 4 here. Okay. And I had Halep meeting Garcia.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And Halep lost to. I still don't even know who that person was she lost to.
You and me both, man.
Hey, look, all I know is I was back there by the players' entrance the day that Halep lost. Mm-hmm. And I saw Halep and Patrick leaving, laughing and having a good time. And I'm like, okay, that loss didn't really mean nothing to them. So anyway, Halep lost to the mystery lady. Right. But I did call Garcia. Yeah. I did call Jabeur.
Right.
But I had picked Leylah Fernandez.
That's right.
At the bottom. And Leylah ended up getting worked by, who did she? I forgot.
Samsonova.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
can we just say really quickly that who is definitely going to take a hit from a ranking standpoint is Leylah Fernandez and Emma Raducanu.
And Emma, yes.
Woo! Lord Jesus.
Absolutely. But that's okay. They're young. They got legs.
That's right. They got legs. They can work it back in. They can work it back.
Right. So once again, in reality, in the bottom, we have who you picked, Coco Gauff against Garcia. Mm-hmm. And then we have Ons Jabeur against Isla Tomljanovic.
Yes.
So now that we have confessed our sins on the women's draw, let's tell some more lies. What are you thinking, Isaac, in these final 8?
So Bryce, strangely enough, the prediction I made is still possible. So based on that, I'm actually going to stick with it, even though I kind of want to make changes. I'm going to stay true to my pick. And what I basically picked was I had Pagula coming through up top, making it to the final against Coco Gauff. And I had Pagula actually winning that battle between those two. So I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
Even though there are slightly different players at play, but I'm gonna stick with my original prediction there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and I will do like you. Mm-hmm. I predicted Swiatek to take the title. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stick with her getting to the finals.
Yeah.
But since I had predicted that Halep would meet her in the finals, mm-hmm. I have to pick somebody else. And gosh, this is like we talked about in a previous show.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 2 people that my heart wants to support,
Mm-hmm.
And two people my brain is telling me to support. And they're not the same people. So I am going to. Oh, what the heck? Let's go with Coco. So I'm gonna match you on a Coco. So I'm gonna say, I have a feeling that Tomljanovic is gonna take out Jabeur for some reason. But let's go with Coco Gauff getting through the finals to meet Swiatek.
So you got a rematch of the French.
A rematch of the French, and that would make a very interesting storyline.
Yes, it would. Absolutely. I like that.
Now, who did you have winning?
Well, I actually had Pegula winning between her and Coco Gauff. I just, as much as I love Coco, and I think my heart would, of course, be with Coco. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Jesse's playing a level of tennis that's like really, really solid. And I feel like Coco might have some difficulty with the flatness of her game in a major final. So I don't know. That's kind of where my head was when I made that prediction. So again, I'm going to stick with it.
I'm going to have a theme here between the men and the women.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick Coco to take out Swiatek.
Gotcha.
We gonna go to an old Motown phrase.
All right.
Sound of Young America.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
And for the women, I think Coco, this is a better surface for her against Swiatek. Yeah. And I also think she will learn the lesson, and this won't be her first major final. And I think the fact that Coco takes advantage of coming to the net, that will be the difference for her against Swiatek and her getting her first major final.
Right. I like that, man. I like that. And like I said, she just got taken to 3 sets by that Niemeyer. So it ain't like it ain't like there ain't no kryptonite there. So she's vulnerable in certain instances. So I definitely with you there.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, let's jump over to the men.
All right.
We told the most lies.
Woo, hop. Yes, sir. We told a lot of lies over there, y'all. Oh my God.
All right. So start us off the top.
Yeah. So the top was just horrible for me. Because who did I end up predicting? Or I ended up having up top. I got one right, which was Nick Kyrgios. I did predict that one right. I said Medvedev, Kyrgios, and I said Kyrgios would take out Medvedev. So I got that one right. All the other ones were just awful. I had PCB getting there over FAA. FAA didn't even come anywhere close. And somehow another Kachanov decided he wants to show up this U.S. Open and be the Russian. And so he then came through. And then I actually predicted that the two would make it to the round of 16, but I thought that they would lose, and that's Matteo. I thought he was going to lose to Tsitsipas, and who knew Tsitsipas was going out in the first round? So Matteo's there, and then I actually have Fritz making it over Casper Ruud, and who knew that Tracy Austin's son was going to smack him up and send him on in the first round.
I sure didn't expect
that. Dude. My goodness. So, yeah, I was 1 of 3 up top, bro. How about you?
You know who else didn't expect that? Taylor Fritz. But anyway, we're going to keep that one going. Look, I was like you. I only got 1 of the 4. I had in the top quarter, I thought it was going to be Medvedev against FAA. Mm-hmm. Neither one of them wanted to stay around and party. I did pick Berrettini.
Gotcha.
Because he's seeming to be kind of consistent in making it to at least these rounds.
Yeah,
and the majors. But I had him meeting Fritz. So I Yeah, I only had one of the four as well. So, and in reality, we have, like you said, Kyrgios versus Hachinov,
Right.
and we have Berrettini versus Rude.
Right. Yes.
So, what do you, so are you sticking with your top?
My top pick, yes. So what I had picked was I actually had Kyrgios making it to the final. So that is who I'm sticking with.
And I'm gonna jump on that train with you. I think in that top half, the only person that can stop Kyrgios is Kyrgios,
Right.
which is a huge possibility. But he's looking like he's a little more in control right now.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't know that I see any of these other guys bothering him enough to get in his own way. You know what I mean? I Berrettini could put, because he's got that big serve in the forehand, but I just feel like backhand to backhand, he'll just eat him up. Um, yeah, and he had already spanked up on Casper Ruud a few times, and ain't nobody scared of okay catching off.
No. Oh, it won't be any of the players that throw him off.
Right, exactly.
It'll be some lady that had 700 drinks in the crowd.
Right? So he can get sued.
Exactly. Anyway, we're going to keep that one moving.
We'll keep it moving.
So talk to us about your bottom half.
Yeah, so the bottom half, what did I look like at the bottom half? So yeah, I only got, I got two out of four. So I had Sinner making it. I actually thought he was going to play Hubie, but that didn't happen. He played Ivashka and actually got taken to 5, which is shocking. But good for Ivashka, man. He was putting up a good fight, man. I like him. He's a very solid player. So I just want to give him a little shout out. Let's give him his little flowers. And kudos to Alcaraz coming out over Cilic, because Cilic has been on one of late. And he's playing some good tennis. So like I said, I didn't have I actually had Curic coming through because I had Cilic versus Curic and thought Curic would be the one to win, but Curic decided he wanted to go home early. So
this is more tennis than I've been playing recently.
Right? Come on, man. Me and you, shoot. So he was like, I'm out. But yeah, so of course, Carlos is there. And I don't know if you caught what Brad Gilbert, how he called him anyway.
No, I missed it.
Brad Gilbert started the interview and said, Juan Carlos. I was like, the boy named Carlos. It ain't Juan Carlos. Oh, Brad, come on, buddy. Anyway, so so he gets the red card on that one. As he calls it, as he be handing them out. He need to give himself a red card on that one.
Right.
But anyway, so I did have Rublev coming through. And I had him coming through, and that last one just called, blew up my draw, because that was my pick, of course, was Nadal to win the whole thing. And Francis Tiafoe was like, you know what? My game is spicy right now. And it feels real, real good. And I tell you what, Bryce, kudos to Francis Tiafoe, man. I got chills when he got that win, man. So anyway, I'll pass it over to you. We'll talk about that.
Well, for that first quarter in the bottom half, I call that one right on, Sinner and Alcaraz.
Right on. So, That's right.
Was good with that. But I actually, and I was very surprised by this today, I thought Norrie was going to take out Rublev.
Oh, that's right.
I figured in best of 5 that, Rublev would punch himself out and Norrie would just grind him down.
Right.
And I guess Rublev had been watching Game of Thrones, because he was like, not today.
Not today.
Not today. Call me Arya Stark. I am coming through here. And I was talking to DJ Madlinks actually a few minutes ago before we recorded, and he was, courtside today. Shout out to DJ Madlings for getting the call to do some courtside analysis work for
yes.
ESPN.
Been real proud of him on that.
Yes, that was some good stuff. But he was saying that courtside, he was noticing that Rublev figured out that with Norrie and that shovel backhand, if he hit backhands where Norrie had to hit that backhand at shoulder height, that was a problem.
Uh-oh. That found the crack.
Found that crack, and he rode that crack all the way through and handled him today. Wow. So I was surprised at that. I didn't expect that. So I had picked Norrie, so I was wrong there. And it's funny because I did pick Norrie versus Rublev and Tiafoe versus Nadal.
Yes.
But I picked the wrong winner in both of them because I also picked Nadal to beat Tiafoe. But, it's one of those type of situations that as much as I love Nadal, and my mom even said this, moms is the torch carrying Nadal fan. If he had to lose to somebody, Tiafoe was the one I wanted him to lose to.
Absolutely, 100% agree with that. Yep.
So I did not. I only picked Sinner and Alcaraz coming out of that bottom.
All right, gotcha. Well, keep it going, man. Well, then what do your predictions look like then on the bottom half?
Wow, I'm thinking. Okay, maybe I should change that from saying I'm thinking to I'm hoping. In the bottom, I want to see Tiafoe Alcaraz in the semis.
That's what I am hoping for as well.
And then up top, I want to see Kyrgios. I'm torn because I know Kyrgios has beef with Rude, so
yes,
that always makes it exciting. But I think Kyrgios Berrettini is a better matchup with the serves and the forehands.
Yep. I agree.
I think I'm gonna have to go Kyrgios Berrettini up top.
Yeah, that's what I am hoping for as well, and what I'm kind of throwing out there is Kyrgios Berrettini, and then I would have, of course, Kyrgios taking out Berrettini, and then with the whole, having Alcaraz versus Tiafoe, I mean, as much as I would want to ride that wave of Big Foe to the final, but that would be another really, really big scalp if he were to take out Alcaraz, because I just feel like Alcaraz, that speed and everything he has around the court, I need to see it. I just need to see it. You know what I mean? Because who knows? Maybe Tiafoe does have the necessary speed and everything to stay up with an Alcaraz. He would have to bring all of his game on that day, though.
Look, I'm Sound of Young America. I'm going with Tiafoe. He's gonna be like, look, I beat the real Rafa, so baby Rafa. I got you.
Right, I got you.
I got you.
All right.
It took all you had to get past old ass Chilich. So now man. I know people may be giving me some side eye on this, but yeah, I am hoping and praying on a Kyrgios Tiafoe final.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome, because they met up in Washington, D.C. when we were out there. And that was a pretty good, pretty spicy match as well. I think that there was a couple times where Tiafoe, was a little annoyed with old Nick, doing some of the things he was doing. So who knows? This could be a nice way to sprinkle some more spice on it.
And what I'm hoping is that we have matured as a country. Venus and Serena did not get all the love and support that they deserved when they were coming up at the U.S. Open in the beginning. Hopefully we're in a different spot. So as I'm talking about Coco Gauff and I'm talking about Tiafoe, hopefully at their home Grand Slam, they get the crowd and the support that they deserve.
That's going to be so here's what I will say, Bryce. And I think that Coco would definitely get the love that, if she makes it again, and if it's my final, then that's also going to be kind of interesting because it'd be two Americans. But I tell you what, if Kyrgios meets Tiafoe, I don't know, because Kyrgios kind of has that whole kind of Gael Monfils type of a fan base, whereas it's just kind of global. And you got these crazy kids that just love him for whatever reason. And I feel like it might end up being split.
I think it will be split. I will say this though.
Yeah.
Kyrgios definitely has haters.
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true.
So I think that helps. And then of course Tiafoe, as a black man in America, he has haters. So I think it is, I think there is the opportunity for it to be completely split.
That is funny. What? Oh goodness. Never mind. I'm not. No. Nope. I'm not going in on that
one. All right. Sure. Okay.
But I hear what you said, and that's all I'm gonna say. Leave it right there. Oh man. But no, man, I think we are shaping up, brother, to have some outstanding tennis for the rest of this tournament, man. I mean, like you said, these youth, woo, they here.
They are, man.
Bruh, they are here.
They are really here. And the fact, and look, this is something we have not talked about. Medvedev coming out of that number one spot.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, I think Nadal will probably end up with it because I think the only people that can take it are Alcaraz and Ruud. Ruud ain't gonna get it. No. Alcaraz could, but I don't think he will.
I'm actually surprised that Ruud is in a position to get it. Because again, it feels as though he's had, in my opinion, it feels like he's had a good season, but not a great season. Because remember, like last year, he won all those clay court tournaments in a row. It just doesn't seem like he's been as dominant as he was last year. So it's very surprising to me that he's in a position to potentially get to be number one in the world. That's just very interesting to me.
Well, I think something that has to do with it is the fact that you don't have the Wimbledon results in there.
That's right.
And so that's going to be a place where he would have been less than everybody else.
Right. So he really didn't lose much. So yeah.
And when you look at it mathematically, the net of it is he kind of gained.
That's right.
On people. So
yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So some interesting things this year that I think kind of made that possible for him. But yeah, I mean, this is very interesting. And then if Coco can keep it going, it looks like she's going to finally crack the top 10.
Yeah, and where she should be. I mean, because to me, her results have been very reflective of a top 10 player. So I very much want to see that happen because I feel like Coco's really playing some good ball, man. She really is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, to our listeners, we are actually back home now.
Yes.
If you've been following us on social media, we were on the road for almost 5 weeks and hitting the City Open in DC and the Western and Southern in Cincinnati and the US Open in New York. So hopefully you've been enjoying all of the content that we've been putting out there from our trips. And we still have a lot more to put up. I mean, it's just brothers just ain't got time to do that kind of editing right now. And so we just trying to put up a few things every day to keep y'all interested. But we definitely have some good stuff coming up for you guys. So please stay tuned. I think you'll be very happy with what we've got.
Right on, brother. Right on. Good stuff, man. It was a great trip, you guys. It was so good seeing all of the BOT family members we saw. Sorry that we missed some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it was just a really wonderful, wonderful trip. So yeah. Thanks to everybody out there that we, like I said, ran into, interacted with. It was good stuff.
Absolutely. So, well, Isaac, it's late our time,
Yes.
and but I'm glad we got this in so we can get this up for the folk. But
Yes.
everyone, enjoy this second week of tennis. It's going to be some good stuff out there.
Yes, it is. And don't forget, check out the doubles as well. We didn't cover it, but at the same time, there's still a lot of activity going on in both men and women's and mixed. So check out doubles. Make sure you're supporting that as well.
Absolutely. So we'll be back next Monday to wrap up the final results from the U.S. Open, and we'll be back out on IG to get your thoughts and to hear what you think about what happened at the U.S. Open. But until then, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for listening as always. And on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone, stay good out there.